The Ibirunke Adiagbo Foundation, also known as IA Foundation, has organized its out-of-school summit with the theme Street to School, a tech-based solution.
We need to put it into the context of Nigeria, think about the sustainability of it, and change our strategy. I mean, that is key. So the question shouldn't be, is Nigeria ready yet?
In terms of policies in Nigeria, we're very good at writing policies. I think our major problem has always been the implementation of strategies. I think we have to get our hands into what is happening and stop writing policies. It's got to be a multi-dimensional kind of solution.
Stakeholders emphasized the importance of having a collective will to be intentionally about dwindling the figure of out-of-school children.
Today's summit is more than just a platform for discussion. It is a clear call to action. We must unite our efforts to ensure that every child has the opportunity to learn, grow, and reach their full potential. The cost of inaction is far too great, not only to these children, but to the future of our society.
More funding needs to go into deploying the appropriate technology in ensuring that the number of out-of-school children is drastically reduced. Tech has been simplified. It is just for us as a country to look at the ones that are applicable to our needs. We don't need to be so esoteric and be looking at, AI. No, let us even start from the rudiments of tech, the basic ones that are applicable to our needs at the moment. When we do that, then we can then start graduating into the higher echelons of tech.
They always say it takes a village to raise a child, so we all have our part to play, in different spheres, just like we're talking about it here. From this talk, then we go to action, not just to sit and talk, which is why we're here. That after the talk, we do something and we all have our individual responsibility.
IA Foundation is driven by the belief that no child should ever have to choose between survival and education.
You can't just say that, we have nearly 20 million out-of-school children without asking yourself the reason why are they out of school. It is when we ask ourselves that reason and we're able to use data to put together those reasons, then we can begin to address them. But one thing that is important is that we must have a collective will towards this. We must be strategic, we must be creative, we must get the buy-in of government, because that will give us the platform to be able to reach a huge number of students.
The implementation and actualization of the change we all are agitating for is not a sprint. So it's not a journey, it's a destination. So it will take a longer time. So sustainability and continuity of policy is really key, irrespective of political affiliation of a state and the level of and the nature of the governance they are in.
Technology is a very strong force, right? It's a global force. So if we don't do something, we are going to be left behind. So this is why we are investing in the young girls, so that we can build the future generation. So the government has a whole lot to do, and that is why the NGOs are coming in to help them, because this is not something they can do alone. I mean, they've provided the school, the infrastructures, but then the teachers need a lot of capacity building. A lot of the teachers are not even digital. So that's where we can start from, by trying to build the capacity of teachers so that they can actually be digital enough to impart digitalization on the children.
Every child in Nigeria deserves basic, foundational, accessible education. It is the responsibility of the government. They should do that. And as people, we must all understand that it is our collective responsibility to also make sure that these kids today get the right education, not just formal education, but even informal education. How are we positioning our children to be leaders of tomorrow if we are not putting in effort to make sure that they are properly educated?
Recall that the foundation launched the IA portal in March 2024 to ensure transparency and easy accessibility. This helps to connect donors to children in need directly.